Here we go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
It is Commissioner Cooper.
Greatest time of the year, and if you are praising fantasy Jesus, you are doing good stuff.
Happy Sunday, happy early morning trash football game.
That's why we're back, baby! Let's go! I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Aaron Rodgers, I almost got banned off TikTok for the thing that's doing.
That's why I'm easy.
He has had some nagging hamstring issues
I'm
over
easy
the
like
years.
Sunday morning.
My beloved Jets are trash.
That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and you're waking up with TSS Fantasy.
Yeah, because Jester ain't here.
He's in Gatlinburg. We're just waiting.
I don't know.
We're waiting on him to join us this morning. We shall see. All right, well, let's get the introduction started. Welcome into the studio, Mr. Sophistication himself, Andrew LeDuc. Welcome in, my friend.
One more win, one more week at a time. Let's go. Bye-bye, Eagles.
Oh, thank God she's not in the room anymore. Also,
I was hoping she was.
she was mad as hell. I turned the lights on this morning. She's like, "It's like the fucking sun."
It's like an Eagles fan exaggerating.
Let's also welcome in Ballers Meg. Welcome into the studio.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Hope everything is well. Sam, good morning to you as well, my friend. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Also, welcome in Greg OJ, the Juice is Loose Mayor.
I don't know what the hell is Gatlinburg, whatever you call it. Thank you, Justin. I don't know.
Wasn't that like a printing press or something?
It's
That's where he said he's at.
It's supposed to be Gatlinburg, and that's in
Gatlinburg.
Tennessee. So
Okay,
yeah, that's where Fred is right now. Hopefully he can straighten out his internet. We will see. Also welcome in from Patriots Touchback Podcast, Carl. Welcome in, my friend.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, Meg. Hope we're all doing really well. Hope we're ready for the divisional round. Justin, well done to your 49ers last week, my man. Well done indeed.
Well
You
done.
saved football for the greater good.
Yeah, and made my household miserable. Also welcome in Justin Jesus Herrera. Welcome in, my friend.
Two things. Go Birds. And then my second thing is, Fred, if you're taking this many goddamn trips, get a fucking hotspot, bro. Come on, man. You had all this money for all these goddamn trips. You know why you're in Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg is supposed to be actually a really fun, like, little spot in Tennessee where, like, you get to do crazy things, like take pictures with monkeys and like go on roller coasters and all this shit. I know why you're there, son. And you can't pay up for the Juice's good internet. You can't get some hot spots.
Thank
there.
you.
Let's go,
Thank
Fred. Come on, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
video.
listen, if he's in
Spectrum Mobile,
Gatlinburg,
Fred.
he
Spectrum Mobile.
definitely has internet, so he is full of caca. Jarcoa, Choka, I can't even speak. Whatever. My bad. Jar, welcome in, my friend. Broncos fan, ready to celebrate a victory today. We shall see. Real quick, pay the bills. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Give us a like. Throw your comments in. Subscribe to our channel. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. We appreciate you. If you have, of course, any DFS fantasy questions, feel free to throw them in there as well. We're going to give you some DFS lineups here shortly. Speaking of that, if you're playing daily fantasy, go to the app, Fast Trap app. We'll download it and use our promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $50. And, of course, if you're looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am Belts. Jar says he's kind of nervous about this upcoming game versus the Bills. As well, you should, my friend. This is going to be a big one here indeed. And Sam says, whoa. All right. Well, we got a lot to cover, but only 4 games, so it shouldn't be too long. We don't have Brian in because, once again, my failure to remind him to come in, that's on me. But I'll play doctor here for a few seconds. We don't have that many injuries to go over. For the Bills, not really much there. I know that in the Bills-Broncos game, there's not really any big injuries. A couple of Jordan Poyer, obviously, out on defense. So that may definitely a big factor in that. As far as the 49ers Seahawks game, we do have Fred Warner out today on the the 49ers side. So he was not going to, I know he was targeting that divisional round. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. Ricky Pearsall is questionable. And on the Seahawks, kind of big, we got Sam Darnold actually questionable today with a injury. So that should make things interesting. Oh, here he is. And he's got his cabin. Welcome in, Fred the Jester. Welcome in, man.
Yo, out here in Tennessee, it is freezing, man. Like, I'm cold, man. I'm cold. Cold out here, guys.
Yeah, we're having work done on our cabin. That's what the guy, when I spoke to him actually yesterday, he's like, yeah, so what's the weather like? And I'm like, well, it's chilly for us down here. And he's like, well, it's like 20 something. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm glad I'm down here in Florida right now. Indeed. All right. As far as the Houston Texans and Patriots game, no Nico Collins today. He is out for the Texans. That's a pretty big weapon for them not to have against the Patriots today. So we shall see if that has any effect. And nothing really big in the Rams-Bears game because Rome Odunze is questionable, but I feel like he's been questionable all year. So, nothing new there. Oh, here he goes with the internet excuses already. All right, well, that was your injury news for today. All right, let's get to the weather.
It's time to get your real-time NFL weather report from TSS Fantasy.
All right, so for the weather report, Buffalo at Denver says 34 degrees, clear skies, and winds are at 7 miles an hour. So nothing really big there. San Francisco at Seattle, 45 degrees, clear skies in that one as well. Winds at 2 miles an hour, so nothing big there. Houston at New England, 34 degrees. This calls for likely snow in this matchup, and winds are at 5 miles an hour. So should at least be some fun football to watch in that one. Rams at Chicago, 18 degrees and chance of snow in that one as well. And winds are up to 11 miles an hour. So we're going to have a little bit of weather to deal with. Sam says Josh Allen's winning it all, and it's not colder than here. It's 15 degrees, but feels like 4. Ooh,
keep that.
Damn. No, thank you. All righty. Well, only got 4 games, so things are moving along quickly. Let's get in, Eric, and get our betting advice for the divisional round.
Yes. Time to win some money with TSS Fantasy's betting advice. Win big bitches.
Just want to know, how did the big bitches get paid out?
One per week.
Love it. What's up, Eric? How are you this morning?
Cold, man. I'm about 40 minutes north of Soldier Field, and I just took garbage out. Dude, it is Arctic out there. I don't know about feels like temperature or high or low. I just know it's cold as shit outside. And as a guy who's getting into his 40s, like Matt Stafford, every winter hits a little harder. So I don't think he's going to like this.
Well, as the Paramore song says, that's one cold ass honky right there. All right, Eric, what do you say, my friend? How can we win some money today?
Well, I think the problem last week was I got too cute. What we need is simplicity. What do we know for sure? We know Josh Allen is due to throw an interception, plus 118. He threw it 35 times last week. Basically did everything but throw a pick. He can't keep getting away with this. RJ Harvey over 55.5 rushing yards, minus 114. The Jags only ran it 14 times with their actual backs, and then Lawrence ran it 6 times. Everybody had at least an 18-yard run. I think the Broncos will just run twice as much as the Jags did, and I don't see how Harvey doesn't. I want to go up over 100 yards, but I know what happens when I do that. So we'll move on to Christian McCaffrey over 54.5 receiving yards, minus 114. Again, as much as I'd love to get cute with Tonjes or use check on the road, hostile environment, you're going to go to the dude who got you this far, and they're just going to check down to him. In fact, AJ Barner, more receptions than Jake Tonjes, is plus 125. Tonjes had 1 target in that game that Kittle missed almost the entire thing. Meanwhile, AJ Barner is third on the team in receptions, and he showed up in big games before. He caught all 7 targets versus Tampa, and then he caught 10 of 11 against the Rams back in November. Maybe he does a little something like that. Then Sunday, what else do we know? We know Drake May walks into sacks, basically creates them all on his own. Here's how I'm going to play it with the Texans. I'm going to take Danielle Hunter -130 and Will Anderson -130. Then I'm going to go halvesies and put a $5 on Autry and Rankins at +395 and +350. We only need one of those. And then Bears money line +165. Some would say, Eric, you're pretty cold on the game picks. Are you jinxing the Chicago Bears right now? Absolutely not. I hate the fucking Bears, but there's no way they lose this game. This reminds me of back in 96 when the Packers finally beat the 49ers, who were always in the way. I don't think this is a letdown spot. I think the monkey is off their back. They're playing loose. Colston Loveland, touchdown +200. If the Bears score, how is it not him? Yeah. And, that's all we got. I had Sam Darnold most passing yards on the weekend +475, but then you just told me he's got an oblique thing. So I ain't playing that. Delete.
Yeah, it's definitely a cause for concern today, so no doubt about that. Real quick before you head out, we got a couple comments. Is it Buffalo's year? It could be, my friend. It really could be.
If not now, when?
Right, exactly. Sam says the Midwest is cold, and Jack says he's having a bad day. I want to say hi, Jack, because his girlfriend broke up with him, and he's really upset. Well, Jack, we're here for you, my friend. Consider us your morning counselor. Best way to move on is someone else. All right.
Best way to get over the last one is to get under the next one.
You got to win one of those.
There you go, Eric. Thank you, Eric. That's a man who's done it before. Come on now. You got the best way to get over is to get under. Let's go. Let's go, Jack.
That's it, Jack. You know what to do, bro. Come on. All right, Eric, we appreciate you, my friend. Where can everyone follow, subscribe, get all your great content?
You can find me on the social medias at PSR Host Guy. I just recently changed it because I'm hearing rumors from pretty reliable sources that Patriot Sports Radio might be coming back. People are saying there's too much crazy shit happening in the world for us not to be on the air.
Bro, we need Patriot Sports Radio. We need it more than ever right now. Let's go.
Patriot
Sports
I'm
Radio,
saying.
Get
back in business.
Tell Chris to get off his ass and let's go. All right. Appreciate that. All right, well, we're going to send you out, my friend, as we do on every Saturday morning with our Saturday morning cartoon. I will just say this one's a tad different since Disney has been all into the real-life adaptations. That's kind of what I did with this one today, kind of a real-life cartoon this morning. But it's fun nonetheless. And I did do it while I was on gummies, so I kind of messed one up.
Oh, shit.
Fucking hell.
Good God.
This is going to be fun.
All right, enjoy, Eric. We'll see you next week, my friend.
Bye.
When evil threatens my football Sunday, Commissioner Cooper sends me his super friends to save the day.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Trouble in Chicago. The Bears are trying to take a bite out of the Rams Super Bowl run. Let's get the Rams some quarterback help.
It's been a long time since we have tasted gold. I'm not about to allow some Hollywood clowns to take it from me.
We'll take down these Bears with the league's MVP, Matt Stafford. Matt's been killing it all year, while the Bears secondary has just been killing themselves. Big day for Stafford. Holy Rocky Mountain High, Batman. The Bills are trying to spoil the Broncos Super Bowl hopes. Let's get them some running back help.
Time to circle the wagons for our Super Bowl run. These hillbills can't even take a snap right. Our defense will eat up Stroud today.
Alfred, let's call R.J. Harvey. The Bills are weak against running backs. Harvey will exploit that. He'll be eating bison burgers for dinner. Run into Seattle, where the 49er wants to spoil their division rival Seahawks home playoff game. Let's get him some receiver help.
Gold is what we are after, and these sea chickens are standing in our way. I'll quiet their 12th man and put them to sleep in Seattle.
Give that Niner the 3 most dangerous letters in the NFL. JSN. He's shined all season, and he'll make the Niners look like fool's gold today. Swimming to Boston, where their Patriots are trying to spill the Texans Super Bowl dreams in the harbor. Let's get them some tight end help.
These hillbillies don't have what it takes to win a title. Our defense will make Stroud see ghosts for the 2nd week in a row. We will do our job today.
Let's get Dalton Schultz. The Patriot is weaker against tight ends.
With the Texan star receiver banged up, he'll be sipping tea today in the end zone.
That's right, kids. Use the power of knowledge and go have a super win in fantasy football today.
Their mission to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Yeah,
good.
Texans. I messed that up. I got it. Yeah,
That's right. They're gonna mess it up too. It's all good.
It only allows you to do 5 videos a day, so by the time I noticed it was too late. I was like, fuck. Anyway, all right, let's get it on. It's time to get some ultimate DFS lineups.
All right, brothers and sisters, get ready to get your ultimate DFS roster set with TSS Fantasy.
Well, we can start with our winners and losers from last week. It's always fun to just start with the loser, so let's do that.
And for my next act, I'll put in a DFS lineup so all the land can laugh at my incompetence. I am the jester after all.
Yes.
Fall from grace.
Oh, man. Oh,
He's not online. Damn it.
It's really
This is gonna be the real.
Hopefully, he's at least watching from his warm and toasty cabin. So, yeah, unfortunately, Fred, not a good week. That Stroud, Nico Collins didn't really work out for you. Diggs, I told you, why you trading for him, bro? In Dynasty, it made no sense. Henderson as well, and quit. I mean, you just all the way around. Texans D really did you some justice, at least. All right, let's see who the winner was from last week.
TSS Fantasy, you should be ashamed of yourselves. It took me one show to take this title away from you. Put some respect on my name, bitches.
Put some respect on that name.
There we go, Carl.
Now, to be fair to us, I wasn't able to check to see if this lineup actually fit in the budget, but it didn't look too bad from the people he put in. So I just figured it was fine. 159 for Carl last week. Ooh wee. Some big points, obviously Texans D and Matty Stafford, Parker Washington, Khalil Shakir as well. Just had a really good week all the way around. Congrats, Carl, on your first victory. I wasn't too far behind with 155. McCaffrey, Etienne, and Nakua and Texans D all ate it up for me on that one. So pretty decent job. I'll be Intercontinental champ this week. Look who's not in 4th or 5th this week, Greg.
Hey.
138. Ooh wee.
Moving on up.
Good job.
DFS rankings.
Good job indeed.
Blind squirrel found a nut.
Didn't make it to the bottom this week. Jordan Love paid big dividends for you last week. Showed you some love in the DFS lineup. So good job all the way around there. Meg, 129, our DFS champ of the year, in 4th place. Not too shabby, though. Colson Loveland, Texans D, played well for you last week. So congrats there. LeDuc taking Greg's spot toward the bottom. We got
Still almost 20 points more than him, though.
McCaffrey and Nakua, good stuff there. So, yeah, decent job indeed. And Justin, 115 last week. Oh, yeah.
At least I wasn't last.
That's true. You weren't the jester after all, as they say. All right, Carl, you're up, my friend. First, talk about your ultimate DFS lineup for this week.
Okay, so I've gone back to the well with this one. I've gone back to Stafford again. Obviously, he did well for me last week. But obviously, he's playing in a scuba suit. That might be something I'm going to completely and utterly regret. But hey ho. Running backs, I'm going to take Kenneth Walker in this one. If there's one thing I noticed from a few weeks ago when they played the 49ers last time round, they utilized the running game and time of possession. Kenneth Walker was an absolute monster in that game, so I believe that will happen again. Trayvon Henderson is a bit of a risk, but we do have our nose tackle / big fullback, Kyrus Tonga back, and when he's in the backfield, Henderson does do better with him. At receiver, I've gone for Puka Nacua. I made the mistake of putting Devontae Adams in and not Puka Nacua, so I'm going to flip it around this time. Khalil Shakir did really well for me, so he goes back in again. And I'm going to throw Kyle Williams in the Patriots receiver. Even though I think it's going to be a dogged, low-scoring game, I just think at some point there's going to be one big ball over the top, and Kyle's going to get onto it. My flex, I'm going after a 49er. I'm going after DeMarcus Robinson. He seems to be the safety valve that he's throwing to as of late. And obviously at tight end, I'm going back with Hunter Henry. And on the defensive side of the ball, it's very difficult to know what defense to go for. So I'm just going to sit my gun to go for my own team. So a little bit of recency bias there in that one. So yeah, that's my lineup.
Yeah, we're at that point of the season. It's hard to pick a defense because all these teams, are obviously good or wouldn't be here at the divisional round. So I feel you on that one. All right, here's my lineup for this week. Went back to the well with Matt Stafford. That should probably, in my estimation, be probably the one of more higher scoring games of the divisional round. Both these defenses have been a little suspect in the air game. Bears are 30th against QBs. Then went RJ Harvey against Buffalo. We know their bugaboo has been the run defense all season. They're 25th against the run. Agree with you with the Niners, but I just couldn't afford Walker, so I went Charbonnet on that one. They're 22nd against the run. Then I went, this is where I spent my money, was JSN and Puka Nacua. Like, I got them both in there. JSN, 49ers 19th against fantasy receivers, but, it still wouldn't matter if they were number one, still JSN. Puka Nacua, like we talked about, the Bears 31st against fantasy receivers. I went with Jalen Noel against the Patriots and Christian Kirk, actually. They're 12th against fantasy receivers, but with Nico out, I wasn't sure who Gonzalez was going to be on, so I was like, you know what, bump it. One of them is going to get paid her. So I got both of them in there. Not that I think they both will do well. Put in Tonjes with Kittle being out this game. Eric kind of shied me off of him with his targets last week. But Tonjes during the season when Kittle was out played decent. Plus, he's a cheap play this week, so I like it. And as Carl indicated, it's tough to pick a defense this week, so why not pick the best one of the bunch? One or two paired to Seahawks. But, yeah, let's go with the Texans D today. Like I said, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Greg, you're up, my friend. Talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Well, I went with you, Coop. I went with Stafford against Chicago. I think that's going to be, like you said, the highest scoring game this weekend. I also went with RJ Harvey against Buffalo. Buffalo's run defense sucks, and I think RJ Harvey is going to get a couple of passes out of the backfield as well. And just like Carl, I went with Kenneth Walker. 49er defense suspect against the run, and I think with Kenneth Walker, the way he makes tacklers miss, I think he's going to be a good play. And with Nico Collins out, the way Christian Kirk played last week, I think he's going to be, the man with the Texans this week. So I went with Christian Kirk. And also, again, that Chicago Rams game, again, I went with DJ Moore. All season long, DJ Moore is up and down, up and down. I think he's up this week. And, of course, I went with the stack with Stafford and Puka. DeAndre Swift, I took a lot of plays from this game because, again, the defenses in this game are not the greatest. So I went with DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to have a good game, and went with Hunter Henry at my tight end position. And like you said, the defenses are so slim to pick. But with the Broncos defense, I think they're going to bring it against Josh Allen. They lead the league in sacks, and I think they're going to get him a few times in the backfield.
The Bills have struggled offensively at times this year, so it could be ring true. All right, Meg, you're up. Let's talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Okay, so I started off Drake May. I still can't see past him for MVP this season. I think he's going to do some good things. I think he's going to surprise people today. I don't think he's going to be picking up as many sacks as we might think, because much as the Texans have a great defense, the Patriots have a great offense, and I think he's got weapons around him that are going to protect him. Stacked up with Ramondre Stevenson. You know that I've had him in my team for the last 6 weeks straight, and he's never done me dirty, so that's where it's at. I did want JSN, but unfortunately my budget was just wild this week. So I've gone for Puka Nacua, because again, he's just putting points on the board left and right. And I've gone with Woody Marks because obviously that Nico Collins injury means he's going to see more targets. And I've got a real soft spot for Woody Marks. I just think he's really great. Cortland Sutton seemed an obvious choice for me. I think that, like we said, we're going to be seeing the Broncos showing up. We're going to be seeing what they can do this week, and I've got all my faith that the Broncos are going to beat the Bills. Kyron Williams, again, I think we've just spoken about him, but he is a solid effort every single week. He's putting those points on. Hunter Henry and Trevion Henderson. I mean, you can tell that I've gone, Carl, you're welcome. I've gone Patriots heavy here. All my faith in those Patriots. And I think the Seahawks defense is gonna shine. I think we're gonna see them having to do a real hard job this week against the 49ers. I think they are gonna have no option but to play a crucial role in that game. So give me the Seahawks D.
Not a bad bet. Number one top scoring fantasy defense all season, so definitely not bad. And just so you know, like The Sopranos, your screen has faded to black. So just give me a heads up, because I know sometimes you don't know. So just give you a heads up. All right, Justin, you are up, my friend. Let's talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Oh, I don't think it showed up. There you go. Okay, cool. So I went with Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has been playing spectacular, and the snow shouldn't affect him because he's in Chicago. He's definitely had to deal with the snow plenty of times. RJ Harvey, I think it's going to be a great game against the Bills. And I think this is the game that RJ Harvey needs to have. So I think he's going to be open as a receiver, and he's going to be running it well as a running back. Zach Charbonnet is your touchdown, your money back when it comes to the Seahawks. He's the guy who just vultures those hard yards and gets those touchdowns. Then we got in the flex Kyle Monungai. Once again, I think this is going to be a gritty game. Might not be the highest scoring game because of the chance of snow, but what's going to happen is, Kyle Monungai is going to get those tough yards, and I would imagine he's going to be kind of like what I was saying with Charbonnet, the touchdown vulture. I went with Brandon Cooks because who else is Josh Allen going to throw it to? That's a crazy fucking sentence to say. You have Amari Cooper in the building. You have all these, Stephon Diggs. You have all these guys, but his best connection right now seems like Brandon Cooks. Like 3 years down the line, Brandon Cooks is the best receiver he's had. Puka Nacua. Puka's just Puka, man. Win or loss, Puka Nacua is going to get his. Luther Burden looking a lot like Ben Johnson's solution to the Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit. He just is phenomenal in the slot. He's become a huge part of this offense since week 17. And then Colston Loveland. I'm really going on the Bears with this one, man. Colston Loveland, he's come on strong. This team is looking really like a lot like the Detroit Lions did when they first started establishing themselves 2 years ago. Then I took the Patriots defense. And this is just a simple fact that CJ Stroud nearly gave that game away last week because he just constantly had so many problems, fumbling problems, interception problems. Patriots are going to make you pay for that. And I think this Patriots defense is going to put on more pressure than the Steelers did. So I'm looking at the Patriots in a big way defensively in this game.
I like it. LeDuc, how about you, my friend?
Yeah, so I've thought about switching out of Sam Darnold because of the oblique injury, but I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to roll the dice there and pair him up with Zach Charbonnet, who I agree with Justin could be a vulture this week. But also I'm going to pair him with A.J. Barner because for everything Eric said in the betting preview, I love A.J. Barner this week. I think he's got the perfect matchup to make him pay and use it to the best of his ability. So A.J. Barner at tight end pair with Sam Darnold feels good there. R.J. Harvey as well. Everyone's been saying a big game for him, so going to jump on that. Justin stole my thunder with Luther Burden, but 100% agree. He just looks to be kind of their Swiss Army knife. They can kind of put him in any formation and do whatever they want with him. So Burden this week. Troy Franklin as well for the Broncos. That's more of a flyer play. We'll see. I'm hoping for a big play out of him. And then Puka is, we've all said it, you just have to have him in your lineup. Kyron Williams in a game where it's going to be cold, and I think the Rams are going to need to keep things close to the vest. I think he's going to get in the end zone. I think he's going to be involved in some short passes because I'm not sure Stafford's going to have the time to push it too far down the field. So Kyron Williams should be in play here. And then the Patriots defense as well. They are going to get more pressure than the Steelers. They have actually a ton of mismatches in their favor on that defensive line against the Texans offensive line. So I like them getting pressure up the middle today, which, as we saw, that CJ Stroud had no clue what to do with the ball when that happened. So give me that Patriots defense to get a couple turnovers today.
Patriots defense. All right, let's go.
No problem.
Let's go with Fred's lineup here. He's got Brock Purdy. He's going to send us a text and say, don't forget about what I said about those Niners. Swift and RJ Harvey at the running back position. You've got Woody Marks there in the flex spot. Devonta Adams, Jaden Higgins, Cortland Sutton are his receivers. Apparently, I made a mistake on his tight end. And Texans D.
He's already scored 23 points. That's amazing.
Good job, Freddie.
He does have Colson Loveland in. I just left the points apparently in there. So there you go. All right, Fred. Well, good luck. Let's see who is our jester for next week. All right, let's get to the picks.
Will TSS Fantasy pick the right teams to win this week? Outlook not good.
Yes, Meg, you are good. My bad. Didn't mean to hit that intro for you. Yes,
right.
Yeah, you're good. We can see you now. We can see you now. All right, let's talk about who did well last week and who didn't. Fred and LeDuc, 5-1 as of last week. Meg, Justin, and I were 4-2, and no surprise, Greg.
Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up.
Carl, even though you won, the DFS unfortunately came at the bottom on the picks last week. So let's see how we do this week. First up, Rams at the Bears. I don't know why I went that order, but here we go. Chicago Bears lead this overall series 55-39-3. They played last year. Chicago won 24-18. The playoffs series is actually split between the two, 1-1. They played the 1986 NFC Championship, where Chicago won 24-0. And in 1950, they just called it the NFC playoff game. Rams won 24-14, going way back in the Wayback Machine. LeDuc, who wins this and why?
Yeah, I mean, my pick really hinges on that 1950 game, so I'm going to pick it based off of that. No, I'm going to pick the Bears, though. I think the weather is going to play a factor here. I think the Bears have just had that can't die mentality, and screw it, I'm here for it. The chaos that they're bringing to the playoffs right now, I love it. I'm going to be cheering for it, and I think they pulled the win off against a Rams team that has showed some weak moments this year against opponents they really shouldn't have to. And on that note, I do have to go. My son's basketball game, but I'm picking the Patriots in a little bit, so mark me down right there.
All right. Well, good luck to your son today, and no good luck to you during picks. So we'll see you next week. All right, Greg, who wins this one and why?
Listen, man, this was a tough one to pick. The way Caleb's been playing and that Chicago Magic at the end of the games, it just looked good, man. Especially, no lead is safe against Chicago Bears, right? But I'm going with the Rams. I think Stafford settles things down, even with the weather. I think they pull it out. They got that championship pedigree. So I think the Rams will pull it out.
Yeah, it was funny in our group text. I mean, everyone was kind of piling in on the Bears last week at halftime. And I just put that little tinted it because I don't know what show I was on, but I looked some things up and seen Caleb Williams had the most fourth quarter comebacks this season. So I dropped that little nugget in there, and damn, boy, did he sure bring them back in the playoffs. So you're right. No lead is safe against the Bears. Justin, what say you, my friend? Who wins and why?
I'm gonna go with Chicago. I don't know. There's a lot. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, there's also, remember, I went with the Rams last week. If I was really a hater, I would have went with the Panthers. But anyways, I'm gonna go with this. The Rams didn't look that amazing last week as the Panthers. Their defense looks very, very, very beatable. If you're not getting pressure on them, then you can probably have their secondary pretty easily. So I look at this Bears team and I go, This seems like the Lions a couple years ago when they ran through the Rams, when they ran through the Bucs on the way to an NFC title game. Just like they feel like that team of destiny, or it doesn't matter what's going to happen. They're just going to push through it. And these fourth quarter comebacks are kind of showing that, man. I mean, like, I was one of those guys that said blowout ? Last week when the Packers were just laying it on them. And then out of nowhere, here comes the Bears. Fourth quarter turns on, and just like the light turns on, they go, okay, 18 points down, bet. Gonna do it right now. So I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm just gonna stick with it, and I'll eat the L if I eat the L.
Meg, what say you?
Yeah, I think the cold is not going to help the Rams. I wasn't impressed with their D last week. I feel like if the Panthers almost get the better of you, then we've got to be asking questions. And that Bears game was phenomenal. That fourth quarter was unbelievable. Like Justin just said, I just think that the Bears have got it in them. I think they've got fire in their eyes and they're ready to go. So give me Chicago this week.
I like it. What do you say, Carl?
Muted. You muted, Carl.
You muted, bud.
Carl, sign it for us.
Rookie mistake there. This will probably be the most entertaining game on the slate. The Rams, they have a habit of jumping out to big leads and letting teams back in, while the Cardiac Bears, they tend to do the exact opposite. People say about the weather, I also think the weather is going to matter less than the general media wants you to believe. The Rams have been there, they've done it, and in these conditions, and it feels like a minor factor in my own opinion. I expect this to be a high point total of the weekend in this game. I'm just going to lean on experience and overall roster construction to get the job done. I trust Sean McVay more than I do Ben Johnson right now. Ben Johnson is a first-year rookie head coach. Sean McVay has been there, done it. I trust Sean McVay. Give me the Rams to win this.
And Carl, I just saw your message in the private chat. No, if I can get some time this morning, I'll get that up. Hopefully,
you need to, because someone in this space needs cooking.
I'm gonna go with the Rams today. Listen, I hear you on the whole Bears side of things. They definitely are the Cardiac Bears, but the fact of the matter is, the Rams this year do have the MVP. I think, in my estimation, I mean, you could give it to May because we had this discussion the other night. May does not have Devonta Adams and Puka Nacua, so there is that factor of it as well. But lights out, Matt Stafford's been playing this season. I think they got enough to take over and beat the Bears. Even we keep bringing up the weather. I brought it up last week. I don't think it was much of a factor in that game. And who knows, these weather reports sometimes are like, you just throw them out the window sometimes. So we'll see. All right, let's get to the next matchup. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos. Buffalo leads the overall series 24-17-1. Last regular season game was in 2023. Denver won 24-22. Buffalo, however, has won 3 out of the last 4. The playoff series, Buffalo owns 2-0. Played in the AFC wildcard game last year. Buffalo won 31-7. And in 1992, the AFC championship, Buffalo won 10-7. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. The line in this one, Denver is favored by 1.5. Over under in this one's 45.5. Juice, who you like in this one?
No Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow, no Mahomes, no Josh Allen. I think Denver defense does it. I think they bring it. Josh Allen I know he's Superman. He does what he does, but I don't think he's going to do it against this Denver Broncos defense in Denver, in that altitude, in that weather, in them conditions. I think Denver does enough. And, Sean is a good coach, and I like the way he got Bo Nix playing, and I think they're going to bring it out. So I'm going with Denver this week.
All right. I like it. What say you, Justin?
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. I think this is where Josh Allen, his train kind of derails. And I think that still, I know McDermott just won. I think it's time to just get some new heads in there and get some new fucking schemes going, because this guy is literally, he's okay with hitching his wagon to Josh Allen. That's it. Like, we got to get some more players in there. We got to get some more voices in there. That means even Brandon Beane. You're responsible for this too. You need to clear it out. Unless they win a Super Bowl this year, you need to clear house because, like, Josh Allen cannot just take you to a Super Bowl. This is not fucking 1980s when we're just relying on fucking, Dan Marino and fucking all these guys. They're just literal supermen to fucking go on. Like, everybody's got that one guy who's there. You need to have an army behind him to win a Super Bowl.
He's their upgraded version of Jim Kelly. It's basically.
Wow.
I don't know about that. He's way better than that. I mean, they also had Thurman Thomas too. Like, they had fucking good players.
They had weapons.
They
did have weapons.
They had Andre Reed. They had some fucking weapons on that team. Josh Allen's got Khalil Shakir. That tells you everything you need to know.
Hey, Brandon Cooks, like you said earlier. What do you say, Meg? Who wins this one?
Yeah, give me the Broncos. There's not much else that I can say, but I just like what the Broncos are doing this season. I've got a bit of a soft spot for them. I really would like them to do well. And I think that, like Justin just said, far too much reliance on Josh Allen over in Buffalo. All the Buffalo fans that I know, they just keep going on about Josh Allen. And I'm like, yes. However, we need more players than just Josh Allen. And don't get me wrong, they've got, James Cook hasn't had his best season. Khalil Shakir, he's been decent, but again, one man cannot win a Super Bowl. So give me the Broncos.
Well, James Cook did win the rushing title, so he definitely had a decent season. But to your point, they don't have the weapons. That's for damn sure. Carl, what do you say? Who wins and why?
This is the biggest toss-up of the weekend for me. Denver brings an elite defense, but that offense is just so limited. And I don't trust Denver to run the ball. They haven't got a pure, brilliant running back that can literally go at Buffalo. Yes, they got RJ Harvey. They got McLaughlin, but that's really all they got. And I think they just rely on Bo Nix so much in this. Buffalo doesn't overwhelm you outside of Josh Allen, but in the postseason, I always think you fall back on the quarterback and the experience. I would say the head coach as well, but I think Sean McDermott is a little in over his head right now with what's going on. Josh Allen is substantially better than Bo Nix. That gap matters in January. Buffalo has enough around him to capitalize late, while Denver, I think they're going to come up short and go one and done. So give me the Bills.
Yeah,
Can't even saying that as a Patriots fan, but I think there was a saying when it was the Chiefs. It's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs until it's not. It's the same with Josh Allen.
I have to agree with you, especially in playoff time. I'm going to go with the Bills as well. Just think, like you, everyone's been saying, this is Josh Allen's time. I think he knows that. Only got a couple more victories to go and get to the promised land. So I'm with you. If this was regular season, I think I'd go Broncos, but we're in playoff Josh mode right now. So I'm going to go with those Buffalo Bills to circle the wagon. All right. Carl sent us something. I just was able to upload it. Haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, well, you won't get done for it. I've tweaked it around. Don't worry.
We're good. It sounds good to me. Let's see what Carl sent us.
Juice, buckle up, my friend. It doesn't get easy for you. It doesn't get easy for you.
Greg.
I went with the Chargers. This is going to be the toughest defense the Patriots have faced all season.
What a load of
Hold on.
You're so in the pit. He was last in the pit.
The best passing defense we've got all season is the Bills twice and the Falcons. The best defense we've gone up against.
Trash.
Passing. I said passing. Open your ears.
Mac.
Oh, here we go. Round two.
He's got too much old man hair in there.
You
He
guys
can't
are
open.
forgetting. You got an experienced head coach on the other side of the field that's been here before.
And Vrabel isn't?
This is Drake May's first time in the playoffs. I'm telling you, like you said, it's going to be a close game, and I trust Harbaugh more than I trust Vrabel. And
Wait a minute. Vrabel's pulled off a big
Hey, it's the lone wolf, guys. It's the lone wolf, man. Look, he needs a haircut anyway. The lone wolf.
You're right.
And that's why you're bottom of the pick.
Listen, Chargers win. I want y'all to text me and say, "Damn, Greg, good pick."
I'm going to take a leak. This guy sucks.
That was great. That was great. Good job, Carl. Wow.
I love it.
Hey, Carl, you gotta cut up the Sirianni Shanahan one too. That shit was fucking fire, dude. Greg was on a roll.
Hey, listen, man. I do it for the show.
Greg, I guess you didn't get any text apparently. So
I was looking at my phone too.
Well, it's a good segue because let's do Houston at New England. New England leads the overall series 11-4. Last time they played was last year. Houston won 41-21. The playoff series New England owns 2-0. Won the divisional game back in 2017, 34-16, and in 2013 divisional game 41-28. So this is the third time they play in the playoffs and 3 divisional matchups. New England's favored by 3, over under 40.5. What do you think, Meg? Who wins?
Give me the Patriots on this one. As you can probably see from my daily fantasy squad, I think that the Pats have just got it locked in. I can't see past what they're doing, and I don't think the Texans are strong enough offensively to put points on the board.
Greg, who do you think wins?
It's not in my heart to pick the Patriots. I can't pick the Patriots. I would never pick the Patriots. I hate the goddamn Patriots. I can't stand the fucking Patriots. Fuck the Patriots. I'm not picking them. I'm going with the Texans. I hope they put Drake May on a cart. Yes, I said it, Carl. I hate the Patriots. God damn it. Fuck them. Going with the Texans.
Justin, who do you think wins?
Record that, Carl. Record
Some
that.
of that was broadcastable.
Jeez,
Tell us how you really feel.
I echo the same sentiments. I know I'm in between somebody who had to see 28-3 happen and somebody who has to see an entire lifetime of Patriots whooping their ass happen. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with the Patriots at this one because I'm going to use my logical brain and say CJ Stroud is going to fuck the Texans hard in this game. Like this game, like Drake May is a lot better of a runner than Aaron Rodgers is. He's a lot better when it comes to getting out of the pocket and making something happen than 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers is. I think he's going to have this team on the back heels all game long. And I think it's going to be a tight scoring game. But overall, I think CJ Stroud, like I said, is going to fuck the Texans in this game. He's going to throw an interception. It's going to cause a problem. Or he's going to have a fumble. It's going to lead to a touchdown. It's going to lead to a score change. I'm going with the Pats.
Carl, what do you say? Why are the Patriots win today?
It's going to be listen, Justin's right. It's going to be a tight game. It's very similar to, I'd probably say, the other AFC matchup between the Bills and the Broncos. Listen, I'll stick with my team. I'll stick with my head coach. Yes, the Houston Texans defense is ridiculous. It is fantastic. It's number 1 in the NFL for a reason. This is going to come down to 2 things. Can the offensive line not exactly stop the front 4 of Houston, but can they stop the bleeding? That's going to be the key in that one. And the second one, who do you trust more in the key critical situations? Do you trust CJ Stroud or do you trust Drake May? And I trust Drake to get the ball. And 2 parts as well. Texans are ranked 31st in the NFL against mobile quarterbacks. Translation, you're going to see bloody Drake May play. If there's one game to play as a glorified running back, it is this one. It is absolutely this one. And then the other one is they play a lot of cover 2. They do play a lot of cover 2, and they play a lot of zone sometimes, Houston. Watch for Drake May to take the whole shots to Booty and to Kyle Williams. He's going to expose that at some point. So, yeah, I've got the Pats winning this. I think my score on the touchback was 20-16. 20 is the sweet spot.
Well, I'm of the mindset when players have extraordinary games the next week, not so extraordinary. And the same goes when someone plays like ass. I don't think that they come back the next week and play like ass. I think Stroud has a much better showing today. I like their defense a tad more. I like the upset. I'm going with the Texans today. And then I echo Greg's comments. I hate the Patriots. So it's a little bit of hatership as well now.
Listen, Coop, I might be sleeping on the
Houston.
couch tonight. You know, my wife's a Patriots fan, so I'm going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. She just popped her head in and said, fuck who? Fuck who?
Love it. All right, let's finish it up with the 49ers at the Seahawks. Seahawks lead this series 32-24 to 0. Split the season series this year. Seattle won 13-3 and San Francisco won 17-13. Believe it or not, they've only played twice in the playoffs, and the playoff series is split. The 2023 wild card, San Francisco won 41-23, and the 2014 NFC Championship, Seattle won 23-17. Seattle's favored by 7, and the over/under is 45.5. I was a little surprised to see how much they were favored by. But Carl, what do you think? Who wins and why?
Well, these two teams split in the season, and it's basically a winner-take-all. And it's probably one of the more competitive games of the weekend. I do like Shanahan and Purdy over McDonald and Darnold, but the injuries, it's hard to ignore them. San Fran isn't at full strength, and I'm not sure they have enough to overcome a very talented Seattle roster. From a betting standpoint, I'll take the plus 7.5 on the 49ers because I think they'll keep it close. But I think this game stays close. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if the 49ers pulled this out because remember, Mike McDonald is still a very young and experienced head coach. He hasn't been in this spot before. Sam Darnold, we know what he's like in the playoffs. He kind of just wilts like baby spinach. So this Niners team has got to come out very, very quickly. They've got to score very quickly because inexperienced young teams, especially when they get the bye, they often take like a half game to get going. So the 49ers have got to hit them early and hit them hard. Put Sam Darnold under pressure. We've then got a game in our hands going into the fourth quarter.
I'm sure they're going to be putting some pressure on, especially with the oblique injury as well. So, Greg, what do you say? Who wins this and why?
Sorry, I've got Seattle winning, though.
Okay. First, I want to apologize to Justin. You know, Shanahan coached his ass off last week, bro. He coached his ass off. So I want to apologize, Shanahan, and to Justin. Good job, Niners. But the one thing, Carl, that you brought up putting pressure on Sam Darnold, the one thing that the Niners don't do is put pressure on the quarterback. So Darnold may sit back there and have a field day with JSN with that secondary. I like the Niners. I like what they've been doing. They overcome so much, but I think this is when the genie comes out the bottle, the dream ends, and I think Seattle just brings it out with the defense. And I think the defense is what does it for this game. How many 4th and 5th string linebackers are you going to play? How many 4th and 5th string wide receivers are you going to play?
As many as it takes. As many as it takes.
And let me tell you something. If Shanahan pulls this shit off, damn. But I'm going with Seattle, man. I think everything favors Seattle. They got the home field advantage. I just think Seattle is going to pull it out.
I think
on top of that as well, if the 49ers do somehow pull the magic horseshoe out of their metaphorical anus and beat the Seahawks, they get Fred Warner back for the NFC Championship. That is huge.
That's huge.
I think Greg should wear a Niners shirt if 49ers win again.
I do have one. I'm going to have to pull it out of the
No, don't wear it. Don't wear it. Every time you touch another team's colors.
Good morning, Drunkle C. Sam. Good morning to you, my friend. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Meg, who wins this one and why?
I had Seattle winning this one. I'm a bit concerned about the Darnold oblique injury. I think I still think Seattle will do it, but I do think it's going to be a very close game. I'm not going to disrespect the 49ers after what they did last week. I think it could go either way. But give me Seattle. Optimistic. I've got a lot of friends who are Seattle fans, so I'm back in their corner, seeing as I'm nowhere near it.
Justin, what say you?
Well, you already know what I'm going to pick, but I'm going to give you reasons why. This is very easy. First game, no Trent Williams, no Ricky Pearsall. This game, Ricky Pearsall, Trent Williams going to be suiting up. And I guarantee you, Ricky Pearsall is questionable right now. I guarantee you he's going to be suiting up because he's already practiced twice this week. They're not going to put him out there if they haven't seen him practice and go well. First week, he tore up Greek Woolen. 108 yards on 4 catches. And guess what? Last game, they did not have anybody to go over the top. That's why cover 2 was so effective. It was just keep everything in front, tackle down. But if you got somebody who go over the top, then it starts to make your safeties go, okay, do I go over here or do I stay in front? That opens up Juwan Jennings. My third thing is here, Marquise Siegel came into the game last week around I think like maybe 5 minutes in the third quarter and had 7 tackles. He also had big tackles on Devonta Smith in open space. This is a dude that allows you to go and send blitzers, especially against somebody who's seen ghosts in the past, allows you to free that up because he is a cover safety that we haven't had in a long ass time. I know Talanoa Hufanga is one of the greats we've had, but he was not a cover safety. I mean, he had like 4.6 speed when it came to getting back to center field. This is a guy who can hang in center field, who can break down that little space that JSN likes to use to fucking make things happen, and he can tackle into the ground. That's going to be huge this week. Jair Brown, one of the worst decisions we've made in a long time, is going to be off the field because of injury, and he's going to be in there. And most importantly, like Carl said, bye weeks are not good for young teams. We saw the Ravens break down when they had a young team get a bye week and lose to Tennessee, a team nobody thought they were going to lose to. Why did they do that? Because they decided to sit everybody and go, well, fuck it, dude. We're just going to sit everybody for 2 weeks and just kind of like chill. And we're going to go into Tennessee and whoop their ass. And guess what? They got their ass whooped. So I love this game for the 49ers. I think the Seahawks can win this game without Sam Darnold, just like they did before. But as I said to my friend yesterday, they had their best game, period, against us. And we had our worst game, period. And it was still only a 10-point game. And it could have been even less if Christian McCaffrey catches that touchdown instead of bobbling it. And you know he beat himself up so much that he is going to want to kick Seattle's ass today. So I'm going to go 49ers, and the miracle run continues.
Mole, the first time on the stream. He loves it. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you joining us. He had to sit here and listen to Justin rant about his own
I
team.
can go for a fucking half hour. Give me a half hour. I can go.
Fred's going
to
let us
say everything I wanted to say.
Fred destroyed your lone wolf today, unfortunately. The Sam Darnold injury is a little concerning, quite frankly. I'm already concerned about Sam Darnold as it is. Also, to your point, you brought up, I forgot who you just said who sat and then went into Tennessee. But don't forget the Eagles sat there freaking what was the point of the Eagles sitting their starters the last week of the season?
No. Let's not blame it on that. Let's call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade.
I'm agreeing with your point, so shut the fuck up already. I'm going to go Seahawks today.
Fire Petula, fire Sirianni, can them all, throw them down the fucking river. I don't know what is it, the Hudson River that's right there? Throw them in the fucking Hudson River and send them to New Jersey.
MJ, cool. Where's MJ?
Luckily she's still mad at me for turning the lights on this morning, so there you go. All right, well, it is Saturday, not Sunday. I know last week we did Jesus on Saturday, probably a little sacrilegious. So today on a Saturday morning, we're going to give you some sophisticated DFS starts. Andrew LeDuc did us the pleasure, so check out our boy Andrew LeDuc's final sophistication station of the season.
It's time to bring some sophistication to your fantasy lineups with Mr. Mallard.
Chugga. You thought the train was off the track. We got one more sophistication station stop left in store for you, DFS style, for the divisional round playoffs. Let's get into it. We're going to start at the top, the very high, the guy you need to pay for no matter how much they charge you for on DraftKings. It's Puka Nacua. You just can't get away from it. You need him in your lineup if you want to win the money, or at least if you want to be at the top to win the big money. Puka's got to be there because Puka's going to do Puka things, and Nacua's going to rise to the top and be worth every single penny. So pay up for Puka Nacua. You'll feel good about it at the end of the day. I promise you. Let's talk about another Ram as well. Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams actually a little bit cheaper for the running backs compared to some of the other ones. And we got guys like Christian McCaffrey out there. I would say the same. Christian McCaffrey, pay up for him, but unfortunately, it's going to be kind of hard to fit both Nacua and McCaffrey in there. So let's balance things out this week a little bit. Let's go with Kyron Williams because his usage has been great for the Rams. I think that's going to be a game where they're going to be kind of back and forth a little bit. Should look good. So Kyron Williams should find the end zone again and hit pay dirt for your DFS lineups. Then kind of a shot here, tight end position, kind of slim pickings. with George Kittle being hurt, some of the other tight ends, Premier that were left in the playoffs out. Well, let's go A.J. Barner. He had a great matchup this week. A.J. Barner should be able to exploit some weaknesses in that defense and become part of this, especially if Sam Darnold is not feeling good or still hurt or whatever's making him be questionable. Sam Darnold could be looking A.J. Barner's way. A little bit safer options possibly there. So I like Barner to hit his value easily to take advantage of his matchup. And another classy week, the last one of the year. Happy Sophistication Station, happy division playoffs, and stay classy as always.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Now go win your fantasy matchup with class.
Sophisticated indeed. Go win those DFS lineups today. Mark says if you had a bet, he would take the Niners today. So check that out.
Yeah,
man. And Sam said he think I am dreaming this. Yeah, that's more like a nightmare. All right, don't forget next week you can wake up with us. You're gonna wake up with us on Sunday next week because that's our normal slot, and it is the championship game. Both games will be on Sunday morning. So wake up with us next Sunday morning. We'll give you some DFS lineups, some betting advice for both championship matchups. So make sure you check us out then. And then, of course, we'll be doing our Super Bowl special Super Bowl morning. Bandy's in the house. What up, Bandy? We missed the flex starts of the week this year. Hopefully, maybe we can bring that back next year. That was always fun. All right, Carl, where can I always subscribe? Get your great content, my friend.
Yeah, you can find us on the Patriots Touchback podcast. We recently did our preview show of the Texas game last night. We had a very, very special guest on. Meg, we had someone from up your neck of the woods, a fellow Scotsman by the name of Graham Henderson, or as he's known as, the Kilted Texan. Beg your pardon. So we had him on last night. It was a great show. Yeah, and you'll find us on our podcast platforms on Spotify and Apple, and you'll find us on our social media platforms on Instagram and on X as well, and Facebook. But no fucker uses Facebook anyway, so so that's where you find us.
Make sure you check Carl out because that might be his last show of the season. And love you too, Bandy. We appreciate you. Meg, go follow Meg at Ballers Meg everywhere on social media. She's got some new podcast stuff coming out. Make sure you check out the Meg Zone as well. Lots of great stuff for us there. Justin and Greg, I don't know where the hell they're at. They're everywhere on social media. Go follow them as well. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Good luck today, and we are out.